Racing. Hope you guys had a good week. Hope you're still having a good week. It is raining slash snowing slash putting a damper in my Friday plans for working. But that's okay. We still have other things we can do to get ready for Saturday. Hope everybody's doing well. We'll make sure some more people get on before we get into today's topic. Hey Brendan, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today's topic is going to be hosting and racing and just track talk and etiquette. What I think is expected of me as a host. How's it going, Clay? And as a host, what I like to see from racers. So we'll wait. Good. Looking forward to that. I got a couple I want to hook you up with, Brendan. They'll be loose, but they'll be fast nonetheless. And I'll send it along with your I lost it. Zinger, not zinger, but what is the word I'm looking for? Sizzler. So let's take a look while we're waiting for a couple more to show up. What's up, Ray? Yeah, lots of testing. These are the ones I got back from Low Country. And they've been reworked completely. Yeah. What's up, Mick? So, as a host, got 12 now. I'll just get into it. As a race host, and as a race host in general, we assume responsibility for everybody's cars, and we charge a small fee for you to race on the track and compete and watch your cars compete at a neutral track. And as hosts, we set up the rules on Redline Derby, and we make provisions and you know, do our best to make it easy to comply with. And from a racing standpoint, when I send cars to another track, you know, if my cars don't meet those expectations or guidelines, I expect to be called out on it. And you know, and as a host, I've already had to call one out, and I'm not gonna say his name. If he's watching, you know who you are. he sent a car in for the Johnny Lightning Challenge, which was a stock race, and he sent a custom. And the first thing I did was number his car and put DQ also, because he would be disqualified from winning, but he'd still race. You know, I'll still race your car, but there we go. Now we're getting a little bit of speed. But if you look at your stock casting, and it specifically says stock, no altering the shape of your wheels, or if they allow sanding, that's fine. Sanding is one thing, but coning your wheels and taking width off your wheels in any way, shape, or form, in my view, is grounds for disqualification. You can still race, but you can't win. And what that does, when folks start to go outside and blur the lines of the rules, thinking that they're going to just get over because nobody's going to call them out, that ruins it for the next racer that should have been there. And, you know, if you do whatever that it is against the rules and you make it in, and somebody else, the 33rd guy, let's say, of the bracket, is out because you decided that you wanted to get a racer's edge, so to speak, and we'll just use coning wheels for an example. You know, that puts the host in a very peculiar position to where, well, you know, because so this, I'm bringing this to us because as a host, I have to be very explicit and very detailed, I guess, when I put up in the rules what can go and what can't go. Because I feel if the more that we go on with this and don't specify and be very clear in what we want and don't want, the more it'll get out of hand, and the more awkward it will become as a host to call people out. So if we're very specific, and I'm speaking to any host in the game today, doing races and hosting races at their track, I mean, it's for me too, you know. And these are just thoughts that have come to my mind. You know, if you have any input, suggestions, criticism, feel free to speak up, because that's what this forum today is about. As a racer, when I go to race with somebody, hey, it's your track, it's your rules, it's and I gotta abide by that. And that's just all there is to it. So, what do you guys think about that? Does that sound like it legitimate? Because there's a lot of new faces coming on the diecast racing, and while a lot of it is circuit racing, and I won't get into that aspect of it right now, but we don't want to, I personally, as a racer and a host, don't want to give the wrong impression to new guys, and I want them to learn the right way and be honorable and respectable on the track, on and, you know. I hope that makes sense. Ooh, this little guy's gotten faster. Oh, Kyle in the 41 to 50 weight class. So let's see. So I definitely going to leave this video up for feedback. I'm also going to leave it short. Yeah, for future reference, I'm just going to leave it in any of my stock races. Just if you want to sand your wheels, that's fine. Don't cut them, but sand them, and that'll have to be specified, I guess, in the rules. So he's out, but it seems to be a community standard to sand your stock wheels. I mean, if that's what you want to do. If I ever enter a stock race and they allow wheels to be sanded, you'll never see a car from my lineup here. If I really want to race in that race, I'll get a double or something to send it, and that'll just be that. I'm not gonna sand my. There's 190 plus another at least 100, 200 cars that I would have to sand if I was gonna do all that to my stocks, but I'm not gonna. And personally, I'm not a big fan of sanding a stock car, but if that's what you want to do, I'm just gonna open it up to it. That way there's no discrepancy, and it seems like most guys will do it anyway, so why make it awkward and questionable? Just open it up and let it be. So this will be for spot 38. Gap. Oh, my Atlanta. Okay. So, from what I understand, these wheels are nickel plated, like the color changers or the FTEs, the axles. What do you guys know about those? Yeah, and that's one of the main reasons I'm doing it, Ray, is because there are a lot of new guys out there, and I want it to be something that can be built upon and be a good example of a racer and a host. You know, I by no means have it all figured out or have all the answers, and I am no, you know, whatever you want to call it, but I am getting faster, and I learn a lot. I get a lot of feedback from different racers that have been in this hobby a long time. I get feedback and I agree with some of the conversations I've had in the past couple of days. You know, it's just, and it's the old saying goes, it only takes one bad apple to spoil the bunch, right? Well, you know, there's always going to be a clown in every crowd. So Yeah, and you know, and that's the thing about hosting. You gotta set your boundaries and stick to them. But if you're going to stick to it and say no altering, if somebody sends you a car that's altered, and the guy's got 18,000 people that subscribe to his channel, you can't be afraid to call them out. You gotta call them out on the carpet and just say, hey, and be nice about it or whatever. And I don't want to be rude or anything like that, but something does have to be said, and that's all there is to it. You can't be afraid to call them out, no matter who it is. And that's another tough aspect of hosting races, is you got to have some thick skin, and you got to have some gumption to pipe up when it's time. I stay as neutral as I can, and you guys know it. I do my best to be fair with everybody. I encourage everybody. I don't think there's any dumb questions. I just don't. I encourage people asking questions, because, like you said, Ray, there are a lot of new guys here racing, and it depends on the race. Like the race coming up, racing in the pass lane, I'm going to allow sanding the wheels. And I'm going to have to go back and alter it again and say no altering of the wheels. Sanding is okay, but no cutting, no. It is a tough line, and that's another reason why I'm having this conversation. Yeah, and I'll just be straight up. When he did say we could sand them, I sanded those 2 entries. Now, you can tell that I did. But I got these cars specifically for that race, with the intention. This one might not be sanded. I don't think this one is. Dale. Comic relief. Yeah. We're gonna turn him into the Flapjack Holden. Oh yeah, graphite's fine. Use whatever lubrication you want. Just don't drip on the track. Don't send it here in a bus tub of soup. There you go, Dale. Flapjack Ferrari. That's why I would keep a separate stack at Milestone. Nah. You know what? Ray, don't feel that way, man. Not with me. I welcome questions. That's why I'm doing this too. Yeah, mark them with a dot. Put a red dot or a silver dot on the bottom of your car. I know Dale marks his cars. I know Brandon marks his cars at Scale Racing. I know Red Pill used to mark his cars, who seemingly retired. That's right, Dale. Only bad question is one that is not asked. Let's see if Kyle can beat the Buick. And as a racer, I would want to know these things from the standpoint of a host. Craigster, what's up, man? Oh, Kyle. Brake checking down. No, you don't want to mess up other people's track. And that's also at the discretion of the host. If you show up to my track and you're dripping Soul Glow off your cars, you're not going to race, dude. I'm sorry. We can't slosh up the track just because you have some kind of greasy formula in your wheels. Oh, 65. See, my mods all stay in one case. Okay? I keep my stuff separate. I'm a nut. Are there any other channels that just do drag racing? Scale Racing Channel, DXP Diecast Racing, Blue Line Racing, Red Pill Racing, Strictly Drag Strip. As of right now, Commotion Diecast is a drag race only channel. Flip Strip, Flips Racing, Low Country Diecast Racing League. They are drag racers. Diecast Show Customs is a drag race channel. Yep, that's right, Dale. Stick to it no matter what. Stick to it no matter what. Hot Nuts Racing in St. Petersburg, Florida is a drag racing. Not on YouTube, I don't think. I think he's only on Facebook. Is that right, Craigster? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Facebook, okay, yeah. Hot Nuts Drag Diecast Racing is Facebook. So that's at Larry Stipe. I hope that answers your question. I appreciate that, Clay. I definitely want one. Let's say to open a new car in the box and it drifts left or right. Okay to mess with the axles? Oh, yeah, absolutely. You're not taking the car apart. You're not drilling it. Once you drill a car, that's considered mod. Now, we'll be doing wheel and rivet inspection. It is possible to melt cars and put rivets in. I don't know. I got to talk to the rivet master. I'm waiting for him to show up here. Yeah, you're right, Ray. Craigster always up to a new track. What's up, Bo? So 65 and a 10,000 speed. For anybody interested, next week DXP Diecast will be at Mile High, and we're doing a little channel versus channel challenge. And look at this. He was out the door a couple days ago. That's right, Ray. Nowhere to hide on the strip. Nowhere to hide on the drag strip. You are certainly welcome, Larry. I certainly hope this this helped a lot of racers and a lot of hosts if they see it in the future. Just my thoughts and feedback from conversations I've had with other hosts. And thank you, Bo. Just trying to keep it absolutely 100. I mean, this is a hobby for me. This is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun for everybody. My channel is family oriented. You can hear my boy up there practicing his drums. And I started this hobby with Isaiah, and it's grown into what it is. He races with me sometimes, but it's me. This is what I like to do. This is my release. This is my go-to when I need a break. Speaking of break, I'm breaking cars. So I'm gonna race for a little bit, and yeah, it's but I do my best to have a professional outlook on it, and especially hosting, just and make it fun for everybody. 51 to 61 weight class. Thank you, DXP Dale. Enjoy that. See, I can't get nothing out of this Corvette. And this thing was on a blister. He's a brand new. I got him a while ago. 51 to 61, is that right? Yeah, 51.9. I don't even know if he can beat the Gatekeeper. Do you think, does the Predator Porsche get him? Or does CQ warm up and get him? Ooh, CQ by 2. And I think he'll get faster in this other lane. Ray, you can feel free to send your cars for testing here anytime you like. Depending on what's going on, I may not get to it right away, but if anybody sends a car to this channel and they want it tested, let me know that you're doing it, and I'll open it up live and I'll test them live. I'll open your box up live. I'll not know what's in there, and we will test your cars on the spot. And it looks like this guy, yeah, that's a good point too, Bo. What goes for one has to go for all, and that was some of the feedback I got back over the past week. Is it's one thing to have rules and everything, but it's another thing if they're not being adhered to, and what doesn't go for one doesn't go for everybody. So that's a very, very good point. Let's see what this old Nissan does. I remember sending this one to Brandon's for the welterweight race. Man, I love going to scale racing and racing. If you have not sent a car to Scale Racing Channel for a mail-in race, man, you're missing out. Get your wheels together and get over there and race. Brandon has one of the sweetest tracks setups for drag racing, and it's regulation. Yeah, that's the thing that is that's the thing that a host has to be aware of and has to know what to look for is if guys are melting rivets and putting rivets back. I seen a channel that does it. So excellent. Looking forward to that, Clay. 7.9, the Nissan got him. I gotta switch lanes. Steel City Mafia, Sean. How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of the generosity and feedback from every one of you guys. Every one of you guys. So this will be the next one to get reworked. Yeah, lots of kind folks in this hobby. He just got redone, so if he's out, he'll be out. Won't be parting with that one though. That was a deal that I made with Steve over at the Chase. So that car will go in my collection. I go over my Mopar. Ooh, it looks like I gotta race that Porsche against him. Biggest thing about hosting though, you can't be afraid to stick to your guns. Stick to your guns. And it's got to be undisputable, because if you call somebody out, you better be ready to back it up. Mopar, no car. Yeah, that one lost that exchange. But it looks like he's going to gain some ground, because yeah, I think it's only fair. You sent your car, you spent your money, but you sent something that's not legal. So I figure, man, you paid your money. You want to see your car roll down the track, but you aren't able to get a trophy, and you're just not able to get the prize pack. You'll still get a little something for coming. But yeah, I think that's fair. Does anyone ever send one of their fastest cars to someone just to have them rework it their way? No, that's not a general practice I would recommend. If you send me your car and it's, and I do something to it, it makes it faster, or it could make it slower, and I don't ever want to take those chances, you know what I mean? But it does happen, yeah, it does. I believe Tim did that for Dale one time. So it does happen. I won't say that it don't. Yeah, it's got to be fair. I agree. Let's see if this little gold hot one on the bottom of the pile here can beat out the Siku. Doesn't appear to. So, 72 to 73. And at the end of the day, guys, I think we all have the same goal. We want to get faster. And we want to beat the guy who's the fastest. Yeah, you make a good point. No, I mean, polishing an axle without taking it apart, you're already taking your chances there. But that's, that's like you said, unfortunately, that's where it's evolved. And I mean, I don't do it to my stock cars, which means I'm going to have to go to being more of a builder than a stock guy. I'm going to have to start building because I chart those waters. Dog lips. That'd be awesome, Sean. Yeah, that would be awesome. And I agree with Ray. I love watching DXP. He tries out the cars a lot of people don't mess with. And not for nothing, but somebody's got to do it. I do it sometimes. I got a couple of peg hangers that I'm going to run. Just because I like to race. That's why I do Decide Your Ride videos and get folks involved with that so they can drive cars. What's up, Hippie Wild Child Racing? What's up, Mr. Forbes? Good call, Dale. Monte Carlo. Setting the record straight here. Yeah, the only music you're going to hear is Isaiah playing the drums. You might hear some instrumental stuff when we have picking videos, but that's because Isaiah edits that stuff in. '71 gets it done. Let's go. Let's go. So he's right there. Let's see if he can snowball the wagon. Let's see if he can snowball the wagon. Oh, he can. Let's go. That's cool. That's cool. $75 and greater than 2. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think Mr. Red Pill is... Well, I hope he comes back, to be honest with you. He did have a car entered over at Races and Fun. So that was pretty cool. It's good to see him race there. He's been invited to this race, racing in the pass lane. You too, Dale. I'm going to cut this off here in a little bit so it's not so long to watch. And you can watch the beginning tomorrow maybe or something. We're definitely going to pray for Frank. I wish he would get it together, and whatever he's facing now, hope he can overcome it. Xavier, how's it going, man? It is a lot of work to host a race. And if you have not signed up yet for Racing in the Pass Lane, head on over to redlinederby.com and sign up. Racing in the Pass Lane, April 19th. 58 gram max for the 2 stocks for the big 3. It's open. It's however many people want to race. I'm not putting a cap on it. And the mod is whatever you want to build. The only rule is don't make it over 150.99 grams. Otherwise, make it fast. This is what you would call a builder's dream race. It takes time, man. A lot of my builds are sitting up there that I started. This is one of my first builds. And before I knew what it was, I wish I'd have never tore it apart. But it used to be green. It's a Vega. But this is one of my very first builds. It's not very good. I'm just going to show you. That's awesome, Brendan. We look forward to having you at the track, that's for sure. And good luck on your race day. There's one of my first builds. All right, Bo, thanks for hanging out, man. Definitely appreciate your info and insights and feedback. No pressure. So when I first started building, believe me, it wasn't pretty. Now I'll put that up against something I have recently built. He's gonna beat Wrenchworth. Yeah. Let's see how this guy's running today. This one was faster than it was. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you one bit. If it ain't fast, I'm not sending it either. Get a calendar. Get a calendar. If I didn't have a calendar, I'd never be able to keep track. I've actually got to update my calendar. But I got a racing calendar. Yeah. Be patient. I will give some modding tips that I have learned over the years. What not to do. Never leave the original wheels in, and never not secure them. Get you a jig. What's up, Isaiah? And Red Pill came up with this jig. And I have both styles, but I like this one the best. Get you a jig. That way, when you put your car there, you use your rubber bands for each axle. You go around here to the pins and make sure you center them. And secure your axles. I would use JB Weld personally, but and when you're picking out your wheels, you know, I got a wheel stash. You know, you gotta kind of make sure that the wheels you pick roll good. You don't want to put bum wheels in there and hope they're fast. You want to start with a good wheel, good set of wheels already. And then you take it from there. I would polish your axles. Make sure you sand your wheels for mods, always. I'm not a big fan of coning. It's never got me a race one, so I don't do it. Some guys swear by it. Some guys don't like it. I can leave it. Weight distribution. I can tell you that matters. And more so on a weight distribution. You want your weight a little more to the back than the front on a drag strip. JAC, what's up, buddy? How's it going, John? 150 grams, the only rule for the mod race. That's right. Yep. I try to keep things simple. And I want to see what'll happen. It's going to be a very interesting race. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to consider it an honor for JAC to be at Mile High. And it is, just so you know, it's going good. This is 7 inches. It's a 7-inch, you know, I'll just show you with the tape. So, you're looking at about, well, you probably want to keep it around the 6-inch point for stretching. And you can take a look while you're on here, John. You can look at the gradual run out. Ah, that's right. That is right. Wait till you guys see the next mail-in race I put on. I've already got it in the works. Ooh, he ran a 2044. Huh. Really? Interesting. You bet. You are certainly welcome. 2044. Hmm. $70 grams. Really? I like that. $204.3. I got the backstop secure. Nothing's gonna get stuck up under there. It's an easy release. What race is what? The next one I'm gonna have? All I can say is stay tuned. I'll give you a clue. It will be multiple categories, and there will only be one car allowed per category. $70 gram is the most common. It seems to be a common weight. I know when the guys have the F-150 races, it's 70 gram. So I have a 70 gram, a strictly 70 gram 8, 12. And then I've got an 80 gram super heavyweight. Then 51 to 61, I got 8 of those. And I've only got 4 of the 41 to 50s and 4 of the 31 to 40s. And then my lighter than 25 grams. Yeah, kinda. I haven't come up with a name yet, but I think what I'm going to do, this much I will tell you, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. I think I'm going to make it the top 8 from racing in the pass lane. The top 8 from racing in the pass lane will have an automatic buy into that next race. And then I'm going to open it up on Redline Derby. You'll get about a week's notice before I post it, and it will be first come, first serve, and it will only be 8 spots. I think maybe 10 more spots that'll be available. That is a big giant nopa. But yeah, I'm still kind of hashing it out, but it's going to be geared toward the end of the season, because I think there's going to be a race I'm going to be involved with another channel, several other channels. Oh, 2069, really? Ooh, let's look at him. So I'm going to be running a leg of that. So it'll be after that, like October-ish. It'll be my October race. Might have a Johnny Lightning challenge in between for the toppers. Who's got a Chevelle they wish were fast? that's kind of how it'll go. Might be called a Clash of the Champions. I don't know. Oh, this T-Rex funny car is about to knock out my Chevelle. Yep. That's going to end up in somebody else's ranks. This car will be given away after racing in the pass lane. He's quick, just not quick enough. Forward to me. Let's see. Pepsi Challenger. One of the black walls. I always liked this car. I don't think I've reworked him yet either. So he'll have a shot at being reworked after he gets bumped. And, you know, there's another thing you got to get used to as a racer. As you get faster and as you continue to move on and, you know, entering a bunch of races, there'll be little trolls out there dying to put your name in their mouth, and we've got a special treat for you next time. It's going to be a troll session. Cannot wait. I've already got a name for that car. I'm going to save it. I'm just going to keep that under my hat until there's only one other person that knows about it. I think 2 other people maybe, but there's trolls everywhere in diecast. They hide themselves as other people to troll your channel. It's actually quite entertaining. Look at T-Rex go. Look at T-Rex go. He was out. I gotta tell you, he was out, man. Here's my other T-Rex. He's a bum. He was new out of the package. The junkyard, funny car junkyard. All sitting at bum status. Castrol GTX, bum status. Couldn't make that car fast if I had to. Unless I modded it. Then it still might be tricky. Straight up drag racing. That's what I like to do. I'm an Atari editor. That's the extent of my editing skills. Let's check out Randy. I cannot tell you exactly how I did it, but it's not graphite. I would try PTFE to begin with. Put it on the inner hub's axle and on the outer hub axle and just let it sit. Let it sit overnight. And roll it, roll it a couple times and then let it sit again. And that will improve it greatly, I can tell you. Blow all the graphite out if that's what you graphited it with. Well, because some people need drama to live, and what really is what the real comedy of it all is the person I'm going to point out doesn't even race, has no stake in the game, no car in the race, no nothing. But he's always squawking his box at me, especially if Blue Line's there. So I think he's a Blue Line fanboy, which is fine. I mean, everybody's got their favorite racer. Blue Line is one of my favorites, and for good reason. He pushes me to get faster. Liquid, 3-in-1. Oh, okay. Well, if it's frozen, I would do this first. Get you an X-Acto knife. Okay? Get you an X-Acto. And do this. What's up, Tim? You have plenty of fanboys. You have a whole fanboy club. So, Sean, if they're stuck, just take it and just work it. And you work that PTFE in there. A lot of haters, though, yeah. Listen, guys, haters are just closet fans. Remember that. So while I'm going to make fun of the guy I'm going to make fun of, I'm also going to thank him for being one of my biggest fans. Oh, yeah. Tim knows that Claire loves him. And guess what? Tim loves Claire too. Sean, I hope that helps you out. Let me know how it goes, man. Let me know how it goes with freeing up those wheels. Yeah, these cars are fast. We'll see him roll next, just to see what he's rolling today. So, we got this super sweet GTO, real GTO, not the fake Holden nonsense Aussie GTO. T-Rex taking care of the real GTO. Taking care of the real GTO. So, if T-Rex is doing that, nowhere near top tier status, but he might be near this one. We'll see, right? I like finding a fat Fender 40 that's got some speed. It puts a little diversity into the heavyweights. So you got it all buttoned up, Tim? You got it put together? I'll tell you one thing about Blue Line. He'll give you the same respect you give him. Gets him there too. Tim, did you catch the beginning of this broadcast? Well, let me know what you think if you rewatch it. I'm just talking about hosting and racing and what I feel is expected of me of a host and of other hosts, and what I expect from racers, and as a racer, what I would expect going to another track. What would be some of your feedback on that, Tim? What's up, Brian? How's it going, man? Greetings. Oh, and he gets him. T-Rex getting the chase, or the arrow. Let's see if he gets this fat fendered 40. I've only seen a couple of the Mario Kart races for that tournament. I'm busy getting back into the swing of things on the schedule for work, so I'm kind of behind on my racing. I just 66 and 1. Oh, and the Fat Fender 40 is going to be the stopper. What do you think about that? I think it's cool that one gets into the top 20 at least, seeing as how he was out the other day. That's cool. This is a Pixar fail. He barely fits the track, but he's only an 84, so never going to make the cut. Never going to make the cut. That's right. Let's take a look at this train. John was on here earlier, Tim, asking about the modification rules. And there we go. Shoehorns? What? Who's bringing a shoehorn to the race? What is this nonsense I hear? What's up, JC? How's it going, man? Tim, say it ain't so, buddy. Shoehorns. Please, do tell. I've got to hear this one. What? Yeah, you can get crazy with the mods. What happened to the Mad Catter? Yeah, make that mod fast, John. Make it fast. Make whatever you want. Do the craziest car you ever thought of and never did because nobody would race it. What happened to the Mad Catter? Not fast enough? Really? You're killing me, dude. Oh. What about your contingency car? Does it beat that? I'm excited to see what you guys build. Are you kidding me? I am going to learn so much from this race, and I'm not even racing in the race. Need a shoehorn. Oh no. A shoehorn, huh? Oh yeah. There's my other. Well, too late for that, man. I wish it was racing. That thing would look cool. 2083. Ooh. This clutches McKay. Not quite fast enough. That would be fun. I want to see at least see what it runs. Oh, that's what happened. My deal fell over here. Oh, man. Okay. So we'll put that there. Okay. There we go. Oh, I know it's fast. $2.82, huh? Still not fast enough. Really? 50th wheels? That's cool. Those are some cool looking wheels. Those are like the, those are kind of like the blings of the anniversary cars. I know what we got to do. We got to finish running this Nissan against Dom's Charger. Oh yeah, it's got limits. Every car's got limits. But it's how far will you go to push those limits? What will it take? Dom's Charger just got beat by the CQ Nissan. Okay. It's not bad. Not bad, not bad. Ah, I seen Dom kind of swimming. It's okay. AMG. See if we can beat him. AMG. Keeping up. Conman Customs. If you would like to race, head on over to Redline Derby Racing.com. Look for the race that says Racing in the Pass Lane and sign up. Send the car. You got more than 40 days to get prepared, so you're welcome if you'd like to race. Take it easy, Sean. Yeah, I got to get up early too. I'm already like a half hour past what I wanted to, but this is the last car I got to place. He'll get the AMG as well. Okay, that's cool. Appreciate the love. Absolutely. Ah, this is the Camaro I need to do the millimeter test with. Let's see if he beats this guy. I haven't forgot about that, Tim. Yeah, you can't really tell. I don't know how I don't know how I'm gonna measure that. Still haven't found a fast one of these yet. Another one of Tim's favorites. Thanks for hanging out, Sean. As always, we certainly appreciate it. Let's see. Well, let's just see if he's got anything for the Skyline. Oh, my Lanta. Nissan getting faster. Let's go. 2069 and greater than 5, huh? Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, you got him. That's legit. Okay. Looks like we'll have to skip down a couple more. If he's running 6.9, let's just run him over here to this freaky little Cobra. Can't believe the speed that little thing puts out. The size difference. Interesting. Interesting. 75. 74 and greater than 1. $74 and greater than 1. Cobra keeps his spot. So that means the other Dom's Charger, he should be able to beat him, and this Nissan should be 21st. He does. 74 and greater than 4. $74 and greater than 4. Both 1/55th scale cars. He does get them. So, at least he made it in, because he was out yesterday, if you remember. He was done. Huffman got back in. Super surprised at the Huffman Stalker. GHO finals should be coming up. Well, semifinals, I think. Top 16, then it'll be top 8, top 4, so not even quarters yet. It's gonna be cool. Looking forward to that. All right. I gotta do something I don't like doing, and that's adulting, being responsible. I gotta get to bed. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. If you choose to watch this video again, go into the live comments, slide your comment box over when you hit the video so you can see the live feed as I'm talking and racing, so you can follow along with the feedback from everybody else. So, If you are building a car and it isn't fast, you bet, Craigster, don't sweat it, man. Just keep building. Lord bless you too, JC. Because not every car is going to be fast. My Real Rider ranks the Trans Am District. Funny car junkyard. Grazie, sir. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. If your car isn't fast, at least it'll look good on the shelf. See ya.